talk about the housing market since a lot of us are involved in that in here. And what I want to do, rather than bore you with a lot more of the same talk about, well, okay, the prices are going to continue to fall, no kidding, or have a lot of pressure on it to fall, I want to think about visions of the future. So thinking about the market, let's think about a couple things. The first one is that external demand is still likely to support housing prices in Marin County. So from a real estate standpoint, we are not going to see real estate in this county drop by 25%. It's just not going to happen. I guarantee it. And I'll tell you why I guarantee it. Because as soon as it drops about 10%, there's going to be a mass migration of people from the South Bay and from San Francisco that are going to start buying it up. So that's at the least. What I wanted to add to that was the fact that this may include some international clientele. So when you're thinking of the future in real estate, think about broadening your wings a little bit. Not necessarily go out and learn how to speak Mandarin, but think about the fact that you're going to have some people knocking on your door from emerging markets. Okay? So consider that. The next thing is that there are opportunities for new client relations. A lot of realtors I know are out there actually going out and getting Series 7 licenses and looking to do both the real estate side of the client's business and the financial side of the client's business. Anybody in here looking to get a Series 7 anytime soon? Does anybody in here have a Series 7? Okay, we got one. So think about that you may end up becoming much broader in your scope and really taking on sort of the moniker of financial planning for the client, where real estate is just one part of their portfolio. I know a lot of mortgage brokers who are now trying to pull that off because they're scrambling to try to figure out how they're going to get an income. The next piece is that we definitely want to think about the fact that in Marin County there's probably more opportunities for further speculation. You're going to see some more speculation, especially as prices go down. That provides a great incentive for the speculator to come in and eat up some relatively low-cost parcels, and that could, again, fuel some volatility in this market. So it's both good and bad in the relatively short term. In the longer view short term, there's no doubt about the fact that in Marin County, one thing you're going to see is the cost of raw materials rising. Emerging markets, once again, are going to start to trickle down to us. The gas price is just one effect of that. Lumber, cement, steel, asphalt, etc., all that is going to be in higher demand from emerging markets growing very rapidly. And as they're unable to satiate their own domestic demand, they're going to have to buy it from other sources, and a lot of those products are ultimately petroleum-based. So there is a vicious cycle there of cost increases that is coming. The second piece is that, as we see the rental market rising, it's simply a reaction to people not having the confidence to get back into buying. So rental markets generally are an indicator of the activity in real estate, as you probably already know. But in this county in specific, it has generally been short-lived when you see a rental market surge in price. And that's also true in commercial. That we generally see some incentive to buy over at some point. But we're seeing, for example, rental prices, leasing prices on commercial real estate slowly slipping. In Sonoma County, it's a much faster slip. Okay. The long term, however, and this is really, I think, one of the biggest market considerations if you're in real estate, is that at some point, folks, people are not going to be able to live in 3,000 square foot homes. It just, the way in which people are going to live in these counties in the North Bay is going to change rapidly. It's going to be more mixed use. It's going to be smaller. I wouldn't say it's going to be more European, but it's going to have that feel. And in fact, it may be marketed to have that feel just to try to get people over the idea that if all I'm doing is waiting for my parents to die so I can take over their 5,000 square foot home, like my wife is already telling me she's waiting for, we have to really start thinking about how long that wait should be. So in the meantime, we're going to see a lot higher demand, I think, for smaller houses and also a supply of those things. We're not going to see an expansion of the supply of the classic 10,000 square foot lots with 3,000 square foot homes on top of it. We're not going to see it unless it comes from existing units.